This will be a video chart on ticker symbol SKTO. We will take a look at the weekly time frame. Since it is Friday, what better time to do a weekly viewpoint of things? So here's the chart, and like I said, this is the weekly, so there's not going to be much data. If you're not familiar with what I mean by weekly, instead of each one of these bars or candlesticks as they are known representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what they would normally be, each one represents 1 week's worth of time. So this candlestick right here, 5 days. 5 days, you get the point. So each one represents a week, and it just gives you a very broad sense. And like I said, since it is Friday, what better time to take a look at this time frame? So really all I want to do is map out a couple supports and resistance levels, but before we get to that, I want to talk about this past week based off of this candlestick and how things were looking pretty darn bleak, but then the bulls really came back and turned the week around and kind of got things back into their favor. What do I mean by that? Well, if we look down here at the lower wick of this candle, you can see that at one point during the week, the price was as low as 0.0205. And although it didn't quite hit it, you can see right there that is where the 10-week simple moving average came and provided support. Like I said, didn't hit it exactly, but pretty darn close. So if anything, shows the power of charts and how it was a nice little area of support right there. But like I said, the price was all the way down here, and then the bulls were able to push up and not only make it back up to where the week opened, but close above the open of the week. So a very strong move and a nice little comeback there. So with that being said, this gives us a couple levels of support. First one right there, and then another level there, and then I want to talk about one more. Remember, again, this is the weekly chart, so if you're a day trader, these support levels don't mean too much to you, but they're just more of the kind of grand scheme of things. The first level of support being right there at 0.039 is just simply a low from the previous week. Another level of support right here, and I'm going to make this line a little thicker because it does carry more importance, and that level is at 0.0302, so that'll be another important level of support. But then a very important one, so I'll make this line extra thick, is going to be right here where the low of this week came, and that was at 0.0205, and that's also where that moving average is there. So the price could come down here, and if it does, you definitely want to see it hold, because if it doesn't, that's where the chart gets pretty shaky. But if it wants to come down here again, but then bounce back up like it did this week, then no problem with that. But these are going to be the important levels of resistance, or excuse me, support. Resistance-wise, first level is going to be right here at 0.05. That comes from just simply being a couple of previous highs in other weeks. After that, have a zone between the high of this week, which was 0.056, and the previous week, which was 0.06. So you could call that a resistance zone if you want. We'll just map out 0.06 right here as an overall key level of resistance. And then finally, with a break of 0.06, that's where things kind of enter a quote-unquote blue sky breakout, if you will, more of a mini one. Because percentage speaking, it is only 2 cents up there, but when we're talking about a stock that's sub 10 cents, 2 cents adds up quite a bit in terms of percentages. So this would be kind of mini blue sky breakout territory if the price can get up above there. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to sign up for our newsletter up there, and when you do that, as you'll see, you'll get a free ebook. And if you enjoyed the video and want to learn more about charting and how to use it in your strategy as a trader, I'd encourage you to click down here and look at our video education course. Over 8.5 hours of teaching and education. Been getting great third-party reviews, so I'd encourage you to make an investment into your education as a trader and check it out. One more time, this is SKTO Weekly Chart. Thanks for listening and enjoy your weekends.